Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. It is Tony. I am back. Welcome to the Tony Talks channel. It has been a very long time. I was messing around on my phone the other day, and I was looking at the videos I uploaded, and I saw it's been a year already since I last uploaded, which was crazy to me because I was having so much fun when I started this venture. As I mentioned a year ago, it's been a dream of mine ever since I was a young teenager, and even an adolescent, probably younger than that, to um, be a YouTube content creator. I mean, when I was 9, 10, 11 years old is when YouTube really, really, really started to blow up. So I'm not saying I'm an OG, but I've been watching YouTube and all other forms of social media. I have kind of been blessed to be part of the generation that's watched it grow and flourish from what it was to what it is. So it's always been a dream and a goal of mine to be some sort of content creator, which is why I was so surprised to see it's been a year already since I last uploaded. Well, there's a reason for that. A lot of stuff has changed for me personally in the last year, which has stopped me so abruptly. Um, Number one would be I got married to my beautiful wife back in October. Got married, so that kind of slowed things down for a month or two. I was taking a little bit of a hiatus 'cause, we had the wedding, had to work uh, to pay everything off, and then we had the honeymoon where we went out of the country, so I wasn't going to be able to do anything. I was away from home for a few weeks, and then came in my mind when we came home, it was going to be the holidays. I was going to have to work more because I got to give people gifts, and we just paid for this big wedding. But we had a shocking surprise. The day after we came home from our honeymoon, we found out that we were pregnant. Woo! Um, so the last 9 months and 3 weeks of our lives have been taken aback with the new life experience of being parents. With that, we have a beautiful son. His name's Anthony Jr., little Tony Talks Jr. He's 3 weeks old as of today. We just had his newborn photos taken today. And then on top of that, in the middle of getting married and finding out we were pregnant and my wife giving birth to our beautiful baby boy, we also moved. We moved, so a lot of our stuff went into storage. So all my equipment, everything I spent all that money on this time, almost this time last year, probably a little over a year ago, went right into a box, right into storage, and I just kind of been going through the motions of a newlywed, first time parent ever since. So, things have been quite crazy, but like I said, I was scrolling through my phone the other day and I saw it's been a year. I was playing some Xbox during my break during work, and I saw the Resident Evil games, which is what the last thing on my channel was, the Resident Evil 2, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was in the middle of that." Um, so I did some thinking when I was at work. I went to my wife. I said, "Hey, I know you got a lot on your plate. Me too. We have the baby. Life's a little bit different right now, but would you be okay if I went back into doing what I was doing since I already started and I was having fun and I kind of know what I'm doing in a sense?" And my wife is, no matter what venture I do in life, she has always supported me 100%, whatever I wanted to do, whatever I wanted to be. And she says, as long as you make time for us, that's okay. And of course, an hour out of my day I could do. I'm always going to be there for my wife and child, as well as making time management decisions to chase my own career goals and my personal life and my hobbies as well. So, I just want a big shout out to her for supporting me last year. I know she wasn't happy with the amount of money I spent, and now a lot of that equipment's still in storage, but we'll find time to get back into the video game recording. May not be anytime soon, um, but we'll get that set up. I gotta my work office, my bedroom, and where our baby sleeps is all in the same room. So It's going to take a little bit till he grows up and moves into his nursery to get all that settled, but we'll get back to the video games. Which brings me to the point of this video here, and all that. I feel like I owed an explanation as to why I was gone. So now that I went over that, since the conversation with my wife the other night, I was kind of trying to brainstorm ideas how I could get back into it, and enjoy what I find enjoyable about this process of content creation in YouTube, while also doing something different from which I've already established on myself in terms of editing and content. Um, so going forward for right now, I'm going to again hold myself accountable, in terms of time management, to make sure I get something at least once a week. For now, so I'm going to hold myself to at least once a week. I'm going to be going over something that I love very much besides pop culture and video games, and that is wrestling. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to give a review and my thoughts on WWE programming as of right now. I may go into AEW and maybe other companies out there, but right now I'm going to keep it nice and simple, keep myself to one thing, and keep it to WWE. So I'm going to give a review on tonight's Raw tomorrow. I'm going to write down notes and give my insight and everything, and a little bit of background about me in terms of this, because I know this is kind of like a curveball left field. You're playing horror survival video games, and you're talking about WWE. Just so you know, I'm no Joe Schmo when it comes to professional wrestling. I've been a fan since I was a little kid. I'm 25 now. I turned 26 in about 3 months. I want to say I've been watching wrestling probably since I was a newborn, because I know my parents watch it, but I've really been involved and entranced by the sport as far as I can remember, probably about 3 or 4 years old. So probably the last 22 out of 25 years of my life, I've been actively involved in watching WWE and every other type of professional wrestling. And my knowledge and insight goes deeper than that. From the ages of 18 to 21, I did train professionally in Lucha Libre. My career was kind of cut short from injuries non-related to wrestling, and then some other things popped up which prevent me from going back, and that's my own decision for my own health and safety, as well, especially now that I have a family and a child. I want to make sure I'm around for him. But I did train professionally in Lucha Libre for about 3 years, with masters of the art, and I could go in depth to that another time. But I am a student of the game. I've studied it. I watched and participated and practiced in all types. Like I said, the main one being Lucha Libre. But I do know the business. I do know wrestling. I know why they do what they do in terms of programming, in terms of what goes on in the ring, what goes on behind the scenes, and I could give that little bit of insight. Now, I may not have made it far. You may have never heard of me, and that's okay. There's 7 billion people on this earth. Not all of us could, make it in whatever field we think we're going to make it in. But I do have extensive knowledge on the subject. And listen, as I start this, I may go over things and say things you don't agree with, and that's 100% okay. That's the best part of being a human and having your own opinion. We don't have to agree, and I don't expect everyone to agree with me, and I don't expect to agree with everyone else's viewpoints on things. We all view things differently, and I believe I said that before on this channel. I may not say things you agree with, but at the end of the day, my main goal is to make sure that you are entertained, that you get some good laughs, that I put a smile on your face, and maybe I have you question things and research things, and you boost your own knowledge with your own independent research, or I could be that source of knowledge for you. So we're going to start off with some WWE. Like I said, I'm going to watch tonight's Raw. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to give my thoughts on everything, give some breakdowns on things, maybe some general trivia, and we'll go from there. Of course, with this platform of changing styles, I do I want this to transition to other things. So the channel is Tony Talks. So I'm going to talk, and I think this is good for what I want to do and what I want to accomplish. So this will probably more than likely transition into other topics. I may do introspectives and my opinions and thoughts on video game series and pop culture and books and whatnot. I want this to evolve. I want to put the time into this. I want to grow this. I'm going to make the time, and I'm going to do what I have to do to balance work, family life, and this to give the best possible experience for everyone involved, especially myself. So, starting sometime tomorrow, I'm going to post a review of my thoughts on tonight's WWE Raw, and we're going to take it from there. And of course, I'm going to try and upload once or twice a week, and we'll eventually move into some other content. So, anyone watching, I appreciate you taking a look at this video. I hope you stick around to see what else we got going on as I continue to evolve and grow this. And of course, if anyone out there has any ideas for anything, or they want to see me talk about anything or any sort of topic that revolves around what we are here on Tony Talks, just let me know, and I'll put it in consideration and get up some thoughts and maybe get some other projects in the works. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. This is Tony, and I will see you all in the next video.